Hello guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the heart. Long time no see guys. I'm usually now just behind the camera showing the cards. Thought it would be a nice treat just to come back this week for the weeklies. Mainly because one of my clients last week said, oh wow, you know, it's so nice because I usually just show the cards on, you know, just show the table with the cards on the readings, personal readings as well. But when my client said to me, one of the clients last week said, oh wow Carol, it's so great to see you, I've never seen you before. I was like, okay, you've never seen me before, that's interesting. Because when I started the channel, I was actually recording with me on it all the time until I just thought it's really nice just to show cards as well. So yeah, this is what I look like for those of you that don't know what I look like. This is me. I'm the one behind the camera on Carol's Universe recording all these lovely videos for you. Just good that you can put a face to kind of the hands and who's doing the cards and stuff, alright? So we're going to get on with your reading and yeah, have a really good week. Enjoy your reading. Take care. Hi Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the heart. Yeah, we're going to do your weekly check-in reading. Okay, so we are using this week for your current self theme of the week, Tarot in Wonderland by Barbara Moore. Your key goal for the week, your obstacle to overcome and anything you could be accomplishing. Again, another Barbara Moore deck. She's phenomenal. This time illustrated by Julia Jeffrey. We are using Tarot of the Hidden Realm. Beautiful. We are using also for what you need to avoid this week, what to embrace and where you can find support. New deck that I bought recently is really good. Influence of the Angels Tarot by Jodie Baginski-Basseri. Spiritual guidance, angel answers, Doreen Virtue, Radley Valentine. For your 15 card final reading, looking at other energies, work, finance, love. Deborah Blake, Everyday Witches Tarot. For the love area, spiritual guidance through the romance angels. For your work, finance area, angel of the abundance, and any other spiritual advice, tea leaf fortune cards. Okay, let's get cracking. Hey Aries, got your cards up. I hope you don't mind if I drink my coffee. It's what time is it? 5:10. Yeah, don't often drink coffee, but I've been having it this week as a treat. I think I'll go back to my ginger tea next week though. Alright, that's enough of that nonsense. So let's have a look at your reading. 3 cards came out in the area for who you should go to for support. So we'll see what that's about. They just kind of slipped out of my hand. So I figured that they really needed me to put them there. Aries, you're showing as being, oh wow, the Ten of Cups. That showed up for another sign earlier. Some of you guys are showing as being really kind of happy and content with family, with friends in the community that you live. You know, 10s are the completion of their suits, but there's differences. So 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, they are, yes, the completion of their suits, but they complete in a really hard, difficult, painful way. So the 10 of Swords would be the completion of a really painful situation in your life, but the completion stage is still very painful for the person to go through. So for example, when I worked at this particular place 5 years ago, and it's, you know, it's documented on YouTube through my videos, you know, 5 years ago, 2014 or 15 I think it was, I was going through a terrible time at this place. I mean, I had no idea what I had started in that place, but I guess I was such a different individual that people couldn't help themselves because they would kind of, you know, whatever they were. But you know, whenever I would go, because I used to get readings from a particular reader on YouTube, but she doesn't read anymore, unfortunately, on YouTube. She was wonderful, though. She used to always say to me, Carol, this 10 of Swords keeps coming up for you, and, you know, you've got to be really careful. And it was true, because I was just surrounded by a whole heap of backstabbers. So, the 10 of Swords, yes, it is the ending of a cycle, but in a really painful way. The same as the 10 of Wands, ending of a cycle, but it's been a really hard, arduous task. The 10 of Cups is something that is coming to completion, but in a really nice way. So really, this is just a fulfillment. So the 10 of Cups can be, I feel really happy. I feel really, and it's emotional, all right? So Cups are emotional cards. So this will say, you know, I feel really kind of, you know, happy. And I feel really, you know, content, emotionally content. And I feel emotionally, we always use the word emotionally satisfied. I feel emotionally complete. And because the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles are family cards, this indicates sometimes within the family. So some of you Aries are feeling really emotionally complete and happy within your families. But the Ten of Cups isn't just about family, it's about your community. It's about your neighborhood. It's about the people that you mix with, you know. It's about what you create, because the cups are about creativity as well. All right. Cups are also psychic energy. So you might be, with the Ten of Cups energy, really at the top of your game when it comes to your intuition. You might be completely 100% on the ball. You know, I just feel that you guys are in a place of real completeness with this Ten of Cups energy showing here, with your family, with your friends, within your community, and most of all within yourself. There's a sense of emotional stability showing here. What is the theme of the week? The Hierophant. I hate that version of the Hierophant. That cat scares the hell out of me. Jeez, look at it. Can you imagine if you walked down the road and you saw a big cat? Oh, gee, I would run. My dad used to hate cats. So the theme of the week with the Hierophant is all about standing by your belief systems. It's all about your thought processes and tradition and the things that you've been brought up to do. So it's about family lineage. And this is, you know, not just religion, but this is a set of beliefs that can come from anywhere, you know. This can be about, you know, usually the Hierophant is about tradition, and it's about a set way of doing things, and it's about doing things within a particular structure, you know. So the theme of the week might be about doing things in a particular structure, all right. The theme of the week could be something legal or something education or health related. But more than, so the theme of the week could be about something that you've been taught, because it's a major arcana, and the Hierophant is all about the lessons that we learn. In fact, all of the majors are about the lessons that we learn. They show up in readings because the universe has something really important to tell you. All right, so it might be that the universe is telling you that the theme of the week is going to be about a very important lesson that you need to adhere to, or something really important that comes in that you need to learn, or maybe this is about somebody who's teaching you something with this Hierophant. Theme of the week might be about your marriage, your relationship. Remember, Hierophant and Ten of Cups can easily be a marriage combination. This can definitely be about a happy marriage, for example. So some of you guys are feeling emotionally content. Might be it's about a marriage. It's about your not so much always marriage, but certainly strong official union. You know, you might have just been with a long-term common law, you know, partner with that. Definitely something to do with commitments for some of you guys. Marriages for some of you guys, but also something to do with law, perhaps. Something to do with also religion and teachings and tradition and structure with that Hierophant energy showing there is the theme for the week. What are your goals for the week? The Lovers. Just to share time with your lover. Share time. I think this is love, Aries. And I think that for you guys it is about a committed relationship, because you are feeling emotionally complete here. And it's to do with a marriage, a really strong official union. A union that's been blessed usually with the Hierophant. And your goal is the Lovers. And also the goal with the Lovers, if you look at this energy, and I love this version of the Lovers because they look so different. Look at him, he's green and she's pale. So I feel that one of the goals, and I think that this is one of the versions of the Lovers that I love the most, because I get so much from the way that this card's being depicted. They're just accepting each other for their differences. And that's the best relationship that you can have. That's truly when you have emotional contentment within a relationship, because it's not about, you know, you get involved in relationships, Aries, and you don't just get involved in a relationship because you think, oh yeah, we're the same on every level. And it is true that your true soulmate is the person that pushes those buttons, that pisses you off on a regular basis, that annoys you, that, you know, that leaves their dirty socks on the floor and you're consistently having to pick it up, or, you know, who has really nasty habits, but you see what I mean? Your true soulmate is the person who you accept for everything that they are, good and bad. And that's this Lover's energy. It's about accepting the differences in each other, but still loving each other on an extraordinarily deep level. And that's your goal. It's just to love this person that you're with on an extremely deep level, Aries, because you've got the theme being the commitment card of the Hierophant, the blessed union of the Hierophant, and with the Ten of Cups, that's a successful relationship. That's a successful union. That's a union that looks bright, that looks happy. You know, that's a marriage for some people, you know. But your goal is, I'm going to just accept my partner for whatever. You know. I'm just going to accept him or her. Because true love is accepting each other for what we are. You know, warts and all. Which is lovely. This is a lovely reading so far. What is the obstacle you need to overcome though? Well, I do get the impression that some of you guys are slightly emotionally detached though. Because that Eight of Cups, it's not just about walking away. It's about emotionally being slightly detached from your lover. Because sometimes this card indicates somebody thinks, I wonder if there's something else out there. So the Eight of Cups can be, well, yeah, I love them, but, you know, I'm just wondering if there's anything else out there. I'm just wondering if I'm, you know, if I'm true. So I just get with this card, the obstacle you need to overcome. We're going to use the word questioning here. Because it is. When you do tarot, you look beyond just a key word. You've got to. You've got to. That's what reading intuitively is about. So if your obstacle that you need to overcome, Aries, is saying, oh, well, you know, it's the Eight of Cups. I need to overcome this obstacle of sometimes just feeling that I don't feel enough for this partner. Then there is, and also the Eight of Cups is not just about walking away or not feeling enough or feeling an emotional detachment, because that's your obstacle. And I think it's you, Aries. I feel that it's because the Eight of Cups also represents looking for better opportunities. So some of you guys are questioning yourself, and you need to overcome the obstacle that you're consistently questioning yourself and saying, I'm wondering if there's any other opportunities out there, because sometimes I don't feel the thing that I feel as much as I would like to feel it. Even though my goal is just to love this person for who and what they are, and I feel emotionally content and satisfied this week, and it's all about my marriage and my blessed union, whether it's a marriage or not, it's about something that is so strong. And my goal is just to love this person for what they are. You know what? I really need to overcome this obstacle that sometimes I just get distracted. And sometimes I wonder if, you know, do I feel anything at all? Sometimes I wonder why my feelings seem to fade. You know, and sometimes I wonder why, you know, I'm thinking, is there anything out there besides this? Especially if you're married. What could you be accomplishing by the end of the week? Well, security, comfort with the partner. This is you and the partner. And, you know, the Four of Coins, you know, when you do tarot, the cards just mean anything and everything. You don't always read the, you know, it's one of those things where you get new people coming in and learning tarot and they're saying, oh no, Three of Swords always means heartbreak. Bullshit does it. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. My twin sister said you're turning over a new leaf, Carol. You shouldn't be swearing on video. Sorry about that. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. It doesn't, Three of Swords, for example, doesn't always mean heartbreak. Sometimes it means we are opening up the heart. Sometimes it means expression. Sometimes it means the pouring out of tears and being honest with one another. And sometimes it's cheating. And sometimes it is hurt, of course. Same as the Four of Coins. Four of Coins isn't always about detachment. Four of Coins is sometimes just bunking down and just saying, I'm comfortable like this actually. I'm quite secure like this. And I'm just going to kind of accept us for who we are. You know, we're comfortable. We're all right, aren't we? And you could be accomplishing that, just feeling comfortable. Because there is a slight part of you. I mean, the reading is veering more on the side areas where you want to be comfortable with this person. You want to be 100% satisfied. But there is a part of you that is forever distracted, I think. There's a part of you that's distracted from time to time. You know? Where you say, is this all there is? Is there anything else? Is there anything more? But what you could be accomplishing by the end of the week is just saying, you know, actually, I'm just happy with what I've got. I'm just satisfied with what I've got. I feel comfortable and I feel safe and, you know, that's it. And that's enough. That's enough for me. I'm happy like this, you know. Because some of you guys are feeling insecure and the Four of Coins is about security. What do you need to avoid? The Tower is what you need to avoid. And actually, I think this is one of your ruling cards, isn't it? Because it's Aries. Planet of Mars. Ruled by Mars is the Tower. Planet of war and destruction. So, restlessness is the Tower. I think that this is something that you need to avoid internally with that Tower. Because you can't avoid the Tower if it's an external thing. Because I think that you need to avoid causing this disruption. Because it is ruled by one of your planets, Mars. This is actually a Scorpio and Aries card. So I think that you are the cause. I think that you need to avoid causing disruption and chaos. And you'll probably think, why put it all on me? But it feels that way, that it is Aries doing this, if I'm being honest. And, you know, I would do it with any sign. I'd even do it with my own Scorpio. Back in the day, people used to say, oh, why are you always sticking up for... I was never always sticking up for Scorpio. I tell it as it is on readings. That's how it is. I think that you do need to avoid kind of causing some form of disruption here with the Tower. And that will come from this energy here, because you need to overcome the obstacle that you do get distracted with that Eight of Cups energy. Sometimes your emotions are slightly detached and you become distracted and you kind of say, oh, you know, I'm wondering if there's anything else out there, because what I'm looking at here is just doing the same old thing over and over again with the Four of Coins. There's no variation here. But what you could be achieving is happiness in that stability, which is what the Four of Coins is, and security. You could just say, yeah, I'm just happy with the way things are. It's lovely. Been like this for years for some of you guys, and yeah, it's really nice. But you do need to avoid that Tower. And I think that this is very much an internal thing. Which is, if it's internal, then it's all about you causing some form of chaos or mayhem, Aries. Because you're distracted. And because you consistently question, for some of you guys, the relationships that you're in. You know? What do you need to embrace? Show it again. That's why I always use different cards. See? That's the theme of the week. Hierophant is here. This is the Alice in Wonderland Tarot. This is the influence of the Angels Tarot, and it's showing Hierophant is twice. That's the theme, and you need to embrace it. You're in something that is solid. You're in something that is blessed. But also you need to embrace that this is a relationship that has been blessed by God. You also need to embrace that you need to do the right thing with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about doing the right thing. But more than anything, because this is about your commitment, you need to embrace that you are in something committed with someone here. And this is the way that committed relationships are. You can't have it both ways. You're either in or you're either out. And you need to embrace that with the Hierophant, when it comes to anything, there are always going to be boundaries. Just like an Emperor card. There's always going to be rules and regulations and structures and things like that, because that's the Hierophant card for you. It is about those rules and those regulations that we have to adhere to. And you need to embrace that, because some of you guys are kind of like, oh man, sometimes I just feel so distracted, like I want to go look and see if there's, you know, is there anything else out there? But you need to embrace that, yeah, this is your marriage or your long-term commitment with the Hierophant energy. It's a blessed one. You need to embrace that. With this, you know, a long-term or, you know, a blessed union comes rules, regulations, where you can't just kind of sometimes do what you like. And I'm not saying it's for all of you guys, but it comes across like that, that some of you guys wonder and question, do you love someone enough? Because you're having to, your goal is to just love this person despite the differences that you have. And there are differences, because you show us completely two different entities on the card. One is some green alien type thing. It looks like it's a tree. And there you are, here. Or maybe you're this and they're this. But there are differences and there are opposites. And you are very opposite as people. But you are loved up this week, some of you guys, because you say, my goal is just to accept this person. However, there are times when you are distracted, and that's what you need to overcome. Because you need to avoid the Tower energy. Causing disruption, but also allowing your passion and that kind of unsettled energy to start to come to the surface with the Tower. If you need support, 3 cards came out here. I wouldn't be surprised if there were 3 chords. But we'll see what they are. If you need support, you can go to the Ace of Wands. Could be a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius individual. But also you could go to... The Ace of Wands is the start of a situation. All aces represent the beginnings. You know, this is the seed being planted. Is the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles are seeds that are usually planted. but this is the cause as well, because the one, Pazam, is the cause. So maybe you need to go to the cause for support. Eight of Swords, the cause of your misery. Who's the cause of your misery? Remember, the Eight of Wands is a cause, because it's a wand, it starts. Pazam, it creates. So the cause of your misery. You need to go to the person that started this misery for you. Was it in the workplace? Three of Coins. Or you need to go to the person who caused you to start doing some internal examination about the work and effort that you're putting into your relationship. Somebody started this, somebody did, because you weren't like this before, Aries. You weren't like this before. Saying it in the cards, somebody caused this. The Eight of Wands is the cause. This is your frustration, worry, Eight of Swords energy. This is also about internal exploration with the Eight of Swords energy, and this can be within work or what you're working and developing. So you either need to do with, if you need support, or you, and when I say support, if you need to get answers, you need to go to the cause of all your worries concerning building and working on the relationship with who you're with, Three of Coins. Or maybe the person who caused the worries, maybe this person was in work. Or you need to go to the person that caused you to do internal examination, Eight of Swords, of your relationship, of the relationship that you've been developing over a number of years or months. Because somebody caused this. Somebody may turned your head. And that's where I think that Eight of Swords is. Sorry, Eight of Cups is. That's why I think that you get distracted, because I think it links up here. I think somebody started this. I think somebody precipitated this. So if you want to know and you're saying, oh, fuck, what can I do about it? Then, but it doesn't mean that you have to ask that person. You just have to think back to yourself. This person caused this. Everything. I think what happened was, and I get the, because I've been down this track before. Years ago, I was seeing a man, and suddenly somebody just came in out of the blue and bam, turned my head like that. Despite me saying I would never see this, I would never leave this person in my life. I remember always saying that, and then suddenly somebody else came in, and bam, it was all over. Bam, this person switched. Somebody turned your head, Aries, I think. I think for some of you guys, somebody really just switched you up. I think you were fine in your relationship before, but I think that the fact that your goal is to accept the person that you have right now, you don't even think they're attractive because they're green. So some of you guys don't even, some of you guys are starting to, oh, I don't really find him or her attractive. But it's because your head's been turned by somebody who's quite dynamic. That's showing us the Ace of Wands. This is the person that caused you to start internalizing and doing all this internal exploration, and started the frustration, in terms of your developing relationship. This is the person you need to kind of think. Don't go to him with it, because it's either that they don't know about it, or you need to kind of examine. I think that you need to think about the cause. This is saying, think about the cause of the anxiety or the frustration, or the internal exploration of what you've been developing with this person here. Because now you're not even, for some of you guys, I don't even think that you're seeing the partner as attractive, because you're saying, my goal is to just love this green person. They look like a green alien, and my hope is to love them for what they are. But really, it's kind of like, oh man, I ain't that keen in them. Sorry, I'm not that keen on them, yeah, I'll sleep with you now, but I ain't that keen on you. Because, somebody's, and that's, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you're going along great in a relationship, and then somebody comes in and bam, they just take your breath away, and then you look at your partner and you're like, oh man, I ain't into you, I'm into this new person. What's causing it? Maybe it's not the person, maybe it's yourself. Maybe there's a lack within you. Maybe there's something within you that needs mending why this is happening, Aries. This is what I'm finding in the reading. Sorry if some of you guys don't agree, but this is what I'm finding. Universe Spirit, can you show me what is the advice that you have for Aries on this reading in 3 cards? What's the advice? Not 3. Just give me whatever you got. Just give me whatever you got. Sentence. Tells you to communicate clearly. Okay. And it says wait. Because within the next few months, there'll be something better. Okay. There you go. That's your advice. We're going to get on with the other reading now. Just bear with me. Okay, Aries, let's have a look at the other energies. We've got the moon. Card of secrets and deception, but also the moon is about fears and anxieties. Emotional roller coasters is the moon energy. Paranoia can be the moon energy. Overthinking can be the moon energy. We've got a person here, Aries, which is you. The Queen of Wands. Okay. I do feel some of you guys have been feeling quite depressed with that moon, but I feel that there is a need and a motivation here. Also, these two cards remind me of fertility if you're female, because moon can be things going on behind the scenes, and the Queen of Wands can be a card about fertility. If you get a page or the Empress, there's something to do with pregnancy here. But I feel that with the moon energy, and because this is you, the Queen of Wands energy, one card indicates depression and fear and anxiety, and the other card indicates, you know, a woman or a man who is highly kind of, you know, motivated and dedicated and ambitious. So I get the impression, and also this is a vision as well. Moons represent visions. So some of you guys, and also this is a highly intuitive card as well. She's a witch within the tarot. She's a spiritual lady. She's a tarot reader. Okay, so I think that some of you guys have a very deep vision with this moon energy. All right, and I think that some of you guys are taking action in terms of that vision too, because the moon is about a vision, and that's about taking action. So some of you guys are taking action actually on your vision. I think this is more about taking action on the vision that you have. Queen of Swords energy showing up here. So we've got two queens in the reading. One is you, and one is not you. Two very strong queens though. These are probably, if you look at the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, they're really not particularly strong, or they're not, I mean they are strong, but they're gentle. They're more gentle queens within the tarot. These are two kind of really headstrong individual. I do feel that therefore that this is probably not about vision. I think that this card here is showing trouble. There's some trouble or some there's something boiling away under the surface with the moon energy. And I get the impression, Aries, that it's between you and another individual here. You're two very kind of, you know, strong-headed females as well. If you're a female and you both got cats, which is interesting, of course, because it was the witch thing. But white and black cats don't mix either. They really have a bad time together. Black cats, I mean white cats I don't like. I see black cats as more lucky than white, but I think that something is boiling away with this moon energy between you and an individual. I think there's a rival here. Whether you're male or female, you'll be that Queen of Wands because you're Aries. So I'm seeing trouble boiling. It looks like there's something to do with a rival here. We've got another queen. Yeah, a lot of worry here, a lot of anxiety. I think that this person's behaviour is causing anxiety. I think that this person's being really like, really sharp with her words. I mean, she's worse when she's reversed, but when she's reversed, she's more hideous and she's slanderous and she's gossipy. In the upright, she doesn't have a filter. She's the type of person that just tells it like it is, and that's it, and she's very demanding. So I feel that there's a great deal of worry. But as it's swords as well, I'm wondering if it's her doing the worrying. Because you can fight your corner. You're not afraid. You've got your wand. You're like, I'll turn you into a bloody frog, mate. There is trouble boiling with that moon energy between you and another individual. There's a great deal of worry, I think, mainly on her side, though, to be honest, because this is swords energy. Magician energy showing here. The magician is a conjurer. That Queen of Wands and the magician. But also this is Gemini energy here. And this can be Gemini energy here as well. The cause and effect is the magician energy. So worry. There's lots of worry here about the magician. Something that's being created. Something that's manifesting. Something that's beginning to take form and take shape with that magician energy. I think there's worry about something that's manifesting from this. Because if you think about the moon, it's what goes on underneath the radar. So it's almost like trouble is boiling with that moon energy. And it's between you and a Queen of Swords. And there's a great deal of worry here about something that is manifesting, something that is kind of starting to take shape, take form. Something that is starting to take shape and come into reality. I'm seeing problem. I mean, I don't want to say it like that because I think it's negative. But I think that there is a little bit of a storm brewing here. I think with the moon, there's something that is brewing underneath the surface between you and another person, Aries. All right, and I think there's a great deal of worry here with the Nine of Swords energy about what the effects of that is going to be, because the Magician is about cause and effect. So the cause is already being granted here in the moon because it's starting to bubble away. But what will be the effect of this? I mean, this woman could have been gossiping behind your back. We do have a moon in that Queen of Swords. And usually if you see things like moon with a speaking card, it's usually somebody's talking like silently or behind your back, that type of thing. So maybe it's you who's worried about somebody who's been talking behind your back. You know, maybe they've been causing a little bit of trouble. Maybe there's been a few lies. Because it could be somebody's been talking behind your back here and there's worry here. Possibly if you ask them with that Magician, they're going to tell you a lie. They're going to say, we didn't do it, or I didn't do it, that type of thing. Okay, but there's a lot of worry here with the Nine of Swords energy. I think about what's starting to manifest and what's starting to come about from this. And also the Magician is all about causing things. So what's creating in the atmosphere, you know. I don't think there's anything to do with witchcraft here or anything like that, Aries. I don't think it's that, because this Magician is not reversed. If the Magician reversed were here with the Queen of Wands, but then that would be your energy. Maybe she would be worried about you creating or you starting or you conjuring up some black magic or some bad energy, but it's not reversed. So it's really just, well, what's being conjured up, what's happening, what's coming as a result of this energy here. There's something bubbling away with the moon between you and another individual, and there is worries here, I think, with the Nine of Swords energy about what's starting to come, what's forming from this, what's being manifested, you know, into the hemisphere. You know, maybe there's worries about what's being said. Magician is communication, so what's being said in the dark, in secret, because this is a secret and this is what's being said. Usually the Queen of Swords in the upright would come straight out with stuff. In the reverse, she's likely to be a backstabber. So this might be with this card, what's being said in secret, that type of thing. One of you is probably talking about the other with other people. Somebody's got suspicions. There's something, boiling away here. In love, Aries, what are we seeing? We're seeing the Page of Coins. So the Page of Coins is all about developing a relationship. Remember, pages are the early stages of situations, okay? So this is an early development within a relationship, the Page of Coins. Let's have a look at the next card. With the Queen of Cups. So some of you guys might be the early stage of developing a relationship, it could be. With the Queen of Cups, could be a water sign, male or female. With the Queen of Cups, this will be a water sign possibly, or a really sensitive, loving individual showing here. The Ten of Swords, though. So the Ten of Swords represents failure, or I think that there's a lot of overwhelming thoughts more than anything, because I think that these are two very good cards aspected by a bad one, and because it's a pip card, really the court card I think should take precedence here, and you've got two court cards and a pip, so this for me cannot be higher than these ones here. All right, I don't see this person as anything bad. I just feel that you're developing a relationship. Some of you guys are in the early stages perhaps of developing a relationship with an individual here. Very sensitive individual. This will be a really nice lady, male or female. It could be a water sign as well, but there seems to be an overthinking. Ten of Swords can mean that you're overly thinking about the Ace of Coins. So you might be overly thinking about the amount of work that has to be put into the relationship for some of you Aries, okay? Knight of Wands. Some of you guys might want to flee from that. I think some of you guys are overly thinking about the amount of work you're going to have to put into this, and you might actually be thinking, I want to leave this, I want to leave it because there's just too much work that I'm going to have to put into it. I think you've met someone, some of you guys, or you'll meet someone within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and it'll be lovely. You'll be at the early stages with the Page of Coins of seriously kind of considering and, developing, because he's a development card, early stage development with this person here. This water sign, female or male, because kings and queens can be interchangeable, Or if it's not a water sign, this is somebody who's really artistic and beautiful and lovely. And, if it's a male, has really lovely, calm, feminine energy, that type of thing, Aries. But I see serious overthinking here with this Ten of Swords energy about the amount of work that you're going to have to put into this relationship. And some of you guys are like, I ain't got no time for that. I'm off. Knight of Wands. It's either that there's going to be overthinking from your point about the amount of work that's being put in, and perhaps you're going to be off, or they'll be overthinking about the amount of work being put in, and maybe you feel that this person's going to be off. Maybe you feel that they won't want it. Maybe you feel that this person won't want the, you know, all the hassle off that. Showing up. I can't remember the last reading. It was a love reading. Oh God, my memory's so bad sometimes, because I was wondering, because I was saying that it was all on you, the last reading, it felt like. So maybe this is something to do with it. What about work? Three of Swords, some disappointment within work. Three of Swords energy. You might also have problems with colleagues. The Fool. I feel that there's some disappointment here. However, there is an opportunity, I think, with the Fool energy showing up here, to regain victory or to get some success. Even though you've had some disappointment, there's still an opportunity to get some success and recognition with the Six of Wands energy. Page of Wands, I think it's about putting yourself out there and showing what you can do, showing your skills, showing your talents with the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is all about making announcements, talking up, telling people what you can do. Page of Wands energy. Knight of Cups energy. Maybe showing your creativity here, because this will be you as well. This will be showing what you can do with the Page of Cups, Page of Wands energy. And the Knight of Cups in terms of work. Sometimes that's invitation, sometimes that's desire. But I get the impression, if you look at him, he looks like he's doing tricks. So I get the impression that you need to see. I think if there's a disappointment, maybe some of you guys go for an interview in work, you know, for a promotion and somebody else gets it. But, you know, every failure is an opportunity to do better. So even though I see some disappointment here, I think there's going to be an opportunity for you to kind of steal the crown back and get some recognition here. And I think that this will be with the Page of Wands energy, by kind of talking and showing what you're about and showing your creativeness and your abilities and that type of thing, with the Knight of Cups energy showing up here. Okay. Very nice reading. Let's have a quick look at what's going on with the advice. So for love, what I'm seeing here is that there is great potential. Page of Coins energy. You're at the early stages for some of you guys in developing a relationship, whoopsie daisy, with a Queen of Cups, either a water sign, male or female, or somebody who's really sensitive and kind and loving and nurturing. But I think that you've been overthinking about the amount of work that has to go into it, and some of you guys will want to flee, or you'll be thinking about this person's not going to stick around for that. What's the advice that you have for Aries on this reading? Romantic feelings. So your feelings are real and worth exploring. So it's not saying, some of you guys are probably just overly kind of cautious. Some of you guys have probably been really hurt as well, which is why you're overthinking. Maybe some of you guys are kind of like, well, I've got all this stuff to do and I've got this stuff to do. I don't know whether I've got time to fit in a relationship. But it's saying that your romantic feelings are real and they are worth exploring. So, you know, it's nice. It's a nice card for advice. Let's have a quick look at this energy here. What's going on here? Let's get the tea leaf cards out. So I think that something is bubbling away underneath the surface with the moon energy between you and another individual, and I think that there's worries that this is going to really kind of conjure and form into something not very nice, because the Magician means that, you know, things are kind of in the atmosphere and they're ready to take shape and take form, and there's some worry here. Well, how is this going to kind of, you know, what is going to come off this? What is going to kind of material, because this is about materialization, things materializing from the moon, because the moon is like hidden. This is things boiling away underneath the surface. It's two people here, and there's worries about that, about how this is going to take shape, what is going to form from this. So it might also be maybe there's some gossip that's taken place here, because two queens can mean gossip as well. So maybe there's been some gossip, and maybe there's been worries, well, you know, what's coming out from this with the Magician? What's going to materialize from this gossip? There's something under the radar, and somebody's worried about, well, how's this going to take shape? How this is going to take form? Let's have a look. What is the advice that you have generally for Aries on this reading in 3 cards? Or just give me anything you can, please, in 3 cards, universe. Right, we've got 3 cards out. Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Right, if it's going to be arrogant and boastful, I don't know which one's more boastful. Well, that's you, isn't it? The Queen of Wands. I'm not calling you boastful by the way, but she can be that. And the Queen of Swords probably, I don't know, jury's out for me with her, because she can be really demanding. That's the only problem with her. I mean, she's a talker. Queen of Swords communicates. End of story. She does. But she's really rude with it. Like, she causes all sorts. And this might be her words are causing this as well. Because the Magician is the cause card. It's cause and effect. So it might be somebody's words are causing worry. Are they your worry here? It's problems and trouble brewing away because this person is too upfront with the way that they speak to you. And is it causing your worry? But there's an arrogant and boastful person that you shouldn't cross anyway this week. So that could be that Queen of Swords. Oh, there's 4 cards that came out. So, well, family wishes will come true, which is nice. The Ram, a stubborn, you keep getting these aggressive cards. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross, and there's a stubborn, aggressive person around you. So just try and keep your head down around that person. Who would win in an argument, a Queen of Wands or a Queen of Swords? Queen of Wands is more playful and funny, and you know she's all about the good vibes. So is the Queen of Swords, but the Queen of Swords takes herself a little bit too seriously sometimes. So maybe that Queen of Swords is a bit of a cow sometimes, especially reversed. She's all right, but when my twin sister shows up as her in my readings, and then because she's been designing my website for me and everything, and I've always known my twin sister was quite dictatorial at times. I love her to pieces though, but when she's in work mode. I'm working with her on my new website and stuff and going through different ideas, and she's been doing all my social media and all the rest of it. She is a Sergeant Major and she always shows us that Queen of Swords, and twice this week she needed to reduce me to tears, unfortunately, because she was so like, no, this is how it's going to be done, Carol, because your other website is a mess. I didn't think it was that bad actually. I thought it was alright, but yeah, she's really like, she's tough. My twin sister is, because she's a project manager at a university, so she's very used to kind of getting her point across. She's very objective, she's very creative, and when she has a vision as the Queen of Swords, she likes it to be done. And it might be that this person has been communicating quite emphatically as well their vision with the moon energy. It might be something that's being created here with the Magician, and it might be causing you to worry because, to be honest with you, it's really difficult to get a word in edgeways. Now, I'm an Aries in my rising. I think I'm Aries rising. All right, so I can be pretty, you know, confident and upfront about stuff, but facing up to my twin sister has been tricky because she's so emphatic. So this could work out in many ways. Okay, so yeah, and a stubborn, aggressive bird. My twin sister's not aggressive. She's lovely. I love her to pieces, but she can be really like, yeah, and just, yeah, so stubborn, aggressive person, and also an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross, okay? However, family wishes will come true, and also handshake. A meeting with a stranger could also be important, okay, this week, which is good. And finally, let's have a look at your work and finance. Universe, Spirit, Angels of Abundance. What is the advice you have for Aries concerning this card, please? It is safe for you to receive. So the more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. And I often see the Magician as the receiving card as well, because he's open, he's a conduit between heaven and earth. Can you see how his arms are open? His arms are open to receiving. All right. So, you know, and even if it is a case, Aries, that you are dealing with somebody who has a very clear objective with that Queen of Swords energy in terms of how a vision needs to be, and it's worrying you with this Nine of Swords and the Queen of Wands, you may be worried with that Nine of Swords because this person has a very clear and definitive objective of how a particular creative vision is. You know, possibly in work, you need to be open with that Magician energy just to receiving, because it might be that this person has more experience than you as well. So be open to receiving. We know how the Queen of Wands, how you do Aries and Leos as well, how you like to kind of like take the lead, because you're leaders. You're the ram and Leo is the lion, you know, so you like to take the lead. But there might be somebody here, to be perfectly honest with you, for some of you guys that might actually have a bit more experience as well. All right, that is your reading, my darlings. I would like to say, I think that's everything, isn't it? Yeah, thanks ever so much, guys, for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you like a private reading, my new website details are in the comment section below. And also they are in the end of video and in the description, but I just want to make sure that people see this beautiful website. Some of you guys might think, but I really like it. I think it's really, really, really cool. Really love the new website. What my twinnie's done with it, I love her dearly. She's so good. She just created something absolutely wonderful for me. Also, month ahead love readings are coming back, but I'm not putting them on the YouTube channel, okay? They're going to be on my website. I'm creating a page, well, she's creating a page expressly for these month aheads, okay? Because we're actually kind of search engine optimizing the website and stuff like that. We're doing big things at the moment. We're working together as partners. She's what I call my creative director. She's a genius. So she said, put them on your website. Don't put them on, because they would just get completely kind of like mixed up with what you do on a weekly basis. You just want to keep YouTube weekly, she said, and then monthlies can go onto your website. So I'll leave a link for you to check out those month aheads. It's the first ones that are on the website are going to be the September monthly readings, and every month I'll archive, so you'll be able to find the month previous if you want to take a look back at that on the archived tab on the website when I build that as well. All right, that's it, Aries. Have a great week. Love you guys. Take care. Bye bye.